today we are going to talk about shoes. I am sponsored by Hoka One One. Been sponsored by Saucony at some point. He might talk about their line of race flats and whatever tips he has about run shoes if I can rope him into it. I'm pretty pumped because Hoka has a new race flat called the Rocket X. We'll talk about this later, but first we're going to talk about the other shoes they have for racing. Hoka came out with a shoe, I think it was 2 years ago, that is called the Carbon Rocket. They had, I believe it was a 1mm heel toe offset. It was a pretty minimalist shoe. I think about 7.5 ounces for size 9. So it was lightweight. I really liked it for doing speed work. It had the 1mm plates, carbon plate in it. I didn't love it for triathlon, to be honest, because I found that when I get off the bike, my calves are pretty loaded up and I need more of a heel toe offset. So I tried them in one race and I cramped up pretty badly. I know athletes who love them. I think that Tim O'Donnell wore them when he got a podium in Kona, so clearly it's a case-by-case basis. Some athletes love them, some of us love them for very specific work, but not necessarily for triathlon. So it all depends what you were looking for. Now, I believe that shoe is going to be discontinued, but you can still get it online. I think it retailed for about $160. So, you know, it's not a cheap shoe, but in the scheme of different price points for race flats, you know, that's reasonable. The Carbon X was the next shoe that was released, and this made a pretty big splash last year. It set the 50K world record. It was well publicized. So what makes this shoe different? Okay, so what I like about the shoe is that it has a 5mm heel toe offset. So coming off the bike, you know, that gives you a little bit more relief on your calves. You can see there's a rocker sole. It's curved plate, and it's really accommodating for different run gaits. So if you're a heel striker, you probably love this shoe. But also if you're, you know, more of a mid-foot person, this is a good shoe for you. It's a really friendly shoe, I think, for a lot of people who are coming off the bike with fatigue in your legs. About, I believe for men's size 9, it's just over 8.5 ounces. So I think it's about 8.8 ounces. So that's, you know, that's pretty light. It's a nice cushiony foam. Overall, I really quite enjoyed running in the shoe. Nice lightweight upper, pretty comfy. There are definitely some diehard fans out there. The price point is $180, which again, you know, for a race flat isn't cheap, but compared to some of the other competitors, it is quite affordable. This is a good rhythm shoe. I think that's the way I would describe it. It's really good for kind of settling in and finding a good pace, and finding a good, sustainable effort. This is the cream of the crop, I believe. This is my favorite shoe yet that Hoka has made for racing, and this, you may recognize it. They call it the Trials Dagger shoe. And Alafine won the US Olympic trials, marathon trials in it a couple months ago. I think all of us are really enjoying this shoe. So again, this is a shoe with a 5mm heel toe offset. So that is something I definitely like. It's a light shoe, so it's lighter than the Rocket, the Carbon X by over an ounce. So I think this is 7.4 ounces. This is a special foam. It's a new foam that Hoka's using. It doesn't yet have a name. It's very lightweight foam. It's very responsive foam. So yeah, as you can imagine, we all like that. The carbon plate, just like the other shoes, is 1 millimeter thick, but it's a different shape. So I haven't dug inside to see what the shape of the shoe or the shape of the plate is, but I think it's supposed to be a little bit less of a rocker motion enforcing plate and more of a springing kind of action. The rubber on the bottom, compared to some of the competitors out there, this is a very robust race flat. So it's lightweight, but also it has a nice grip. You want a shoe that isn't gonna wear out after 1 or 2 races. And this is definitely more durable than some of the ones out there. So I like that. I think it's the smoothest ride. It's the most responsive ride of the race flats. Ooh! I just thought of something. So not everybody likes the carbon plate. Totally get it. It might not be for you. And one of the shoes that I wear for, let's see if I, here. So this is the ring cone. And I wear this a lot for workouts. Does not have a carbon plate, super lightweight, comfortable. If you're just looking for a lightweight shoe that's comfortable, responsive, and doesn't have a carbon plate, I'd recommend trying this out. You could easily have a really good Ironman run in these. I hope that was helpful, just talking through the different shoes. I would love it if everybody supported my sponsor group. This isn't about sales, this is about education. Hopefully you learned something about the shoes. If you have any specific questions about the Hoka One Ioni shoes, ask me and I'll try to be totally honest and transparent with you about my experience with those shoes. You know, if you want to buy a competitor shoe, I don't care. I just want you to be out there running in something that works for you and hopefully doesn't break the bank, because that is a factor as well. Okay, well, happy running and see you next video.